Welcome back to the Rough Example Datsun 510 project. I've got a few updates for you this weekend. Um, so I got one of the arches put on. Um, I used some metallic paint that I had bought. It's a SEM product. It's like I think they call it bumper coater. And it just has a little bit of a metallic um, sheen to it because these were black and they were kind of like scuffed up and stuff. So I thought that would look kind of cool to have a little bit of metallic because I think like the Skylines um, kind of did it that way, and a lot of the Toyotas and stuff. So anyway, I'm really happy with how it came out. I had originally planned on putting a gasket under here, like a rubber gasket. I'm kind of undecided on that, like whether I want to have gasket on top because it looks so much cleaner like this, but I might still do that. Anyway, I think I'm going to heat it up with a heat gun and kind of push on these and try and get everything to sit really flush. But I just sprayed the paint today, so I don't want to reheat that paint yet. Um, so yeah, arches are going on. I'm probably going to need to cut this front one down. That's why I haven't put the front ones on yet, because this lip is going to need to come off. So that I can get this thing super low with the bigger tires. And speaking of which, I have quite the collection of wheels going here. Um, so I had originally bought these SSRs. It's kind of like one of my dream wheels, and I really like them, but I was having trouble getting tires that would fit on them. And basically, like, the way they built these wheels is whoever did it took two of these inner barrels and just flipped them over, but normally this would be more recessed, like low right there, and so the tire can't get onto these. The installer, I took it to several people and nobody could get the tires on without ripping the bead on the tires. So anyway, I had planned on using these. When I figured out they weren't going to work, one of my friends reached out to me with this set of wheels. These are 9.5 wide. These are 10.5, so they're even wider. And then the fronts are, I think they're 9s. So I did a little test fit, and these were just barely too big. Like they were basically flush with the edge of the fender arch. But I think like when I have the car aired up, you're not going to have that camber like tucking it in and stuff. So I just thought it might look a little bit weird when it's aired up and you're driving around. So I'm going to pass on this set, unfortunately. But the good news is I was able to find a set of new lips for these in the Netherlands on eBay. So I ordered a pair of those, and those should be coming in a couple weeks. So be able to put those together and finish up the set and get them onto the car. I'm definitely excited to get it off of the jack stands and onto the ground and start working with the air ride, getting it all tested and set up. And I can't remember if I had talked about this in our previous video, but I ended up getting a really nice airlift manifold that I'm going to be using instead of the cheap Vivor one that I had bought. I think that one is like an AccuAir knockoff, but this one's a lot more high tech. I can use an app on my phone to lower and raise the car. Has built-in height sensors and just a lot nicer. So this piece of cardboard is a template that I've been working on. My brother has a CNC plasma cutter, so I'm going to make a template for this bracket that's going to hold the compressor and the tank and everything, and the manifold. That'll all just kind of bolt into this piece. Just kind of trying to figure out how to make it sit as low as possible so that this tank doesn't protrude as much. I want to get that tank down. That way, I'll just have more trunk space and everything will lay a little bit flatter in here. And then I'm going to build a piece that will come down and kind of hide this. Like from the factory, it came with one, but mine is all just destroyed. So I'm going to build my own custom piece here. So a lot of the tank will actually be hidden. And then there'll be a flat piece that goes over the spare tire well. I've also been working on the wiring in here. I bought these white plugs. I think I paid like $14 for a whole box of them, and in different sizes and stuff. And that's what I'm using to wire up the lights. So I've kind of been just rebuilding these harnesses because the old ones were kind of on their way out, and then this will hook in with the new wiring harness that I'm doing in the whole car. I also got these little rubber feet. The guys over at Twisted Images suggested doing a piece like this where you have the rubber foot, and then that would just get hooked into the piece of metal, and that way this doesn't have to get bolted onto anything. Like you don't have to go popping a bunch of holes in your car. So that'll be kind of nice. I also put some brake fluid into the car and filled up the clutch master cylinder. So I'm going to start leak down testing those. One little hack that my brother showed me is this DOT5 fluid. So if you use DOT 3 or 4, the brake fluid will eat your paint. Got a fresh paint job here. I don't want, if any of this stuff leaks, I don't want that eating the fresh paint job. But this number 5 is basically just straight silicone. It's kind of like what you'd use in a mountain bike. So this stuff is a lot less dangerous for your paint. So I'll try that out. I might need to switch back to the other stuff afterwards, but I just want to get some fluid in there, make sure it's leak proof before I put anything corrosive in there. So I also this afternoon hooked up this throttle cable. This is off of a 240SX, I think. Some people run them off of a Nissan Frontier. There's different lengths. And I had to, there's a large hole in here where the cable passes through, and there's a small hole there from, something on the car. I think it was maybe the choke cable, but I repurposed that, just drilled a new hole there. So that's pretty solid now. And I'll probably have to build, some kind of like a tab that hooks on here that will just keep that a little bit more secure and keep it from clapping around and hitting the top of the hood. I also got the radiator in this morning. Here's the Scirocco radiator that I'm going to be using. It has these 4 mounting points on the front, so I really don't need these tabs on here. So I am just going to take a grinder to them and see if I can clean this thing up a little bit. Okay, so here's the end result. You can see I have removed the tabs, and I sanded it out to 600 grit with a little orbital sander. It's definitely not perfect or anything, but I just wanted to get those tabs off there, and I can worry about polishing this thing out later. But one other thing that I did is these mounting tabs were not totally flat. So when I would put it in the car, it was kind of flexing a little bit. So I took the grinder and just knocked these down so that they were all level. So hopefully they should sit in the car a little bit better now. Here it is with the radiator installed. Just bolts in with those 4 bolts in there. So now I just need to find some hose clamps for these guys here and get it all clamped down. So this is for a Volkswagen Scirocco Mark 1, and it had a big tab here that would normally be used to mount it into the Scirocco. So I ground that off and polished it out a little bit. You know, there's one in each corner. So I did that just to make it a cleaner install, and since I didn't need them, you know. And I think now that the radiator's in, it looks kind of cool, like just having that space filled up. But got the hoses put on, and you can also see in here that I've been working on the wiring for the headlights. So basically I ran the wires through the wheel well. They come around and pop out down here, and then they cross. The ones for the driver's side cross over with, you know, little like separate harness here. So these just come out, and you've got your turn signal, and this will be the high beam and the low beam. And so I need to order some more of these little like pigtails to hook onto here. But hopefully I've got this all wired up correctly. And then I've just kind of been working through a little bit of the wiring as I've had time. Like I got the main power wire from the battery. You know, I just drilled a hole in the firewall, ran that up, and kind of bent the fitting a little bit so it would fit nicely onto the starter. And then alternator will go on, and I also mounted up my fuel pressure regulator. I was getting ready to hook that on, and one of the welds broke on the fittings. From the line, they had just brazed a couple of fittings together, and when I was fiddling around with it, it just crumbled. So I'll have to come up with a new fitting for that. Maybe I'll do an AN setup on that or something. I think that's everything under the hood. Let's see here. So I got the headliner started. The way that these headliners work is it has these metal bows that go across. I think there's 5 of them, if I remember right. And you just tuck it into the bow and then kind of flex it into that set of holes over there. And then this will get lifted up, and you put some tension on there. And once you tension it, it kind of lays flat, and you'll put a bunch of clips on there and some glue to make it permanent. So this had been sitting in a box for the past year, so I just wanted to get it out, get it in here, and you know, kind of get some heat on it here in the garage and let all of the wrinkles start falling out. And then hopefully that'll make it easier to glue in there and make permanent. And once I have that in there, then I can put the windows in and, you know, all the gaskets, and really start finalizing the car. I'm also working on building a template for some vinyl covers in there. I think maybe I talked about that last week, but I got some vinyl purchased and made a template. So I'm just going to sew. I'm going to cut out the vinyl, and I'm going to put in a little bit of padding. I had a friend suggest cutting up just using like a moving blanket for the padding. I just want to have a little bit of thickness for some sound deadening and to kind of mask um, any like shapes in there, because I have a bunch of sound deadening in there that's kind of cut up and uneven and stuff. So I think the padding will just kind of help it lay a little bit smoother. Um, so I think that is everything I've been working on this week. Uh, um, so I think, yeah, next week I should be hopefully getting the wiring sorted out a little bit more to where I can run the power off of the starter back to the ignition switch and get the ignition switch working. And then that'll allow some power to run through the fuse block, and so that I can test the headlights, the tail lights, and um, just start finishing up all the wiring from that point. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying this, and hopefully it's informative and helps you through your own Datsun project. So have a great weekend.